Hello everyone and welcome to the next episode in my horror series tutorial. This episode is going to be all about scares and making a creepy atmosphere for your player. So now I'm in my horror level from my series project. What I've done is I've created a window just out of simple blocks, just so I have something to work with. And also I extended the room if I let them lit, and we have this here as just a extra room we can go into. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new folder. And I'm going to call this the scares. And the first scare we're going to create is having sounds play and triggering them. So for this, I'm going to create a new blueprint actor. I'm going to call this BP underscore scare trigger. Let's make that. And then we're also going to create a enum, I think. Enumeration. I'm going to call it E underscore scare type. So in here, let's add some scare types. So we're going to have audio. We can have moving object. We could have a, let's see, light effect, character scare, and let's see, appearance scare. Let's do that. Well, let's just write audio scare, moving object scare. So these are the different ones we're going to build. So let's start. We'll add this as a variable. So it'll be variable type E underscore scare type. And the transform, the variable name, will be scare type, like this. And we're going to make this editable. Next, we're going to add a box collision. And I'm going to make this for testing. I'm going to make it so it's not hidden in game. And I'm going to increase the thickness by 2, say. And the shape color, I'm going to make, what's a good one? I can see it in the world, like bright, like this. The next I'm going to do in the construction script, I'm going to grab the box and do set extent, like this. Promote the box in inbox extent to a variable and make it instance editable. Just so when I put it in the world, I can stretch it easier, so we can have it really nice. If I show this now, I do this. I drag it in. Oh, maybe. Oh, no, by default, it's set to nothing. So if we drag it in like this, I can do like 30, 30, 30 as an example. We don't want it that small. Let's do 100 like that, and then say 100. So when we enter this box, that's when we do the event. Okay. Next thing, I'm going to add a billboard. And I'm going to use this to get where the sound will play. Sound location. And the way I'm going to do this is when the object is in the world like this, let me just move that out the way. Doesn't need to be there, can be hidden. When this is put down, what we can do is on the right here, you can grab sound location and you can actually move it somewhere in the world. I'm going to use this as a way of showing where the sound will actually play. You can do it another way. You could have a separate actor, or you could have this reference a different place. And I just like using it like this. So we have sound location like here. So what we can do then is we can have another actor here. And we can make an object reference. And this can be the scare actor. So this is for when we have, say we have a NPC that's going to be hiding. And when the event triggers, it will do something. And we're going to set it like this. So what we do is if we make this a exposed, then we can easily access it. And do we need anything else? Let's see. Scare type is correct. No, I don't think we do. So what we will do is we will get the box and we will do an on overlap, begin overlap. And on begin overlap, we're going to grab the scare type and we're going to do a switch. Like this. Oh, first we're going to check if it's the player. So the other actor, we can do equals player character like this. Put that into a branch like so. True. There we go. So let's just test this out. We'll do a print screen here and then we will try it because this, let's see, yeah, there we go. Just to make sure, always test when you're doing stuff like this before you start adding more things if you're unsure. Right, so audio scare. Let's do this one first. So I'm going to put these into a function. So I'm going to do audio scare. On the audio scare, we're going to get the sound location and get world location. Like so. And at the world, we're going to play sound location. Like so. So the world location is going to be this. This is where you would set up your attenuation. And that is basically a way of having an object make less sound if it's behind a wall or it will echo in the room or things like that. I'm not going to go over that today. I'm just going to show you how to set the basics up. The sound here, what we can do is we could, if we wanted to make this modular, we could promote this to a variable. And we could say scare sound, and we could set it to a public variable. So that means we can click on here, and I'm not sure why that is all the way down there for some reason. Let's move that up. We could assign a sound in here. So if I show an example and I do audio and we want meta sound, and we can call this ms underscore scare. So in here, what we could do is we could, if we had multiple sounds, we could add a variable here. And the type would be wave asset. And we could make it an array. This, and we can call it Jumpscare sounds. Like so, and we could add sounds in. So like add this one. What's this one? We could add that one. Let's add a quiet one, like oh. So that one. We could grab the array and do random. So on play, we would do next. And then next, from value, we can do play wave player, like that. And then the output, we hook up. So now we play. So we're playing randomly. And then we can add pitch shift, we could do random float. And then if we play now, so we're going through the list of the sounds, and then we're adding some different effects. So we'll use this for now. Trigger is stopping the source. Unfinished. There we go. So here, we could put that sound we've just made in, which is the ms_skirt. So ms_skirt. So now if we try this, let's see. So nothing happened. Let's see why. We never hooked it up. We could do audio scare like this. So now we play it. So the way you can use this is, say you have a window like this, and you take the sound location, you move it to behind the window, and then here what you could do is on the scare trigger you could put a sound of like the door being, the window being hit or something. So if I say that, if I do this, if I run into here, so you could, that's how you could do these types of triggers for the sounds. Or if you just want a random sound to play, then you can use like something like this with an array of different sounds. So if you want like birds in the forest making noise or anything like that. That's one way of doing the sounds. It's just a very simple thing. It gets more expansive once you add the attenuation on it, because then you can have sounds that are muffled or things like that. The next one, what we could do here, we could do another one. We can do a branch here. And if we promote a variable and say sound behind player, if we say false, like that. Let's make a new function, sound behind player. So what we could do with this is when we overlap, we confirm that it is the player. We could actually promote this to a variable and say player rep like this, and hook that up to there. So now we have a reference to the player in the sound behind. So what we can do to test this, because I don't have sounds really ready, is we can do a sphere trace by channel just to show that what it does. And we're going to get the player ref that we got earlier, and get actor location, and get actor forward vector. We're going to multiply the forward vector, so we can right click float, but -1. This will go behind the player, so it will inverse this. I'm then going to multiply this and the float, and this will be the distance behind the player. So let's do 50. Then get actor location, we plus, and connect these two up, and that will be the start and the end. Radius 20, debug persistent. So if we try this now, and we go in, so we've spawned the object behind us, like that, you can see. So this would then, what you would do is you would play sound at location. The sound would be whatever you want to play behind. So let's do this one. And the location would go into here. So now if I walk in, if you set the attenuation up, which I do need to go over in a video, it would play behind the player. So that's one way you could have things like whispering behind the player's ears, or something playing a sound exactly behind the player. So let's see. So now we have an audio event that can play either somewhere in the world or it can play behind the player. So let's move these up a bit and let's start on the next. So moving object. So let's do the moving object. So for this, we will get the, let's do it in a function again. So it's hiding away. So move, what did I call this one? Sorry. Moving object. So let's do moving object. What we want to do now is we're going to grab the scare actor and then we can just do a is valid to make sure the actor is still alive. And if it is alive, then we are going to call a event on it. So to do that, we're going to create a new blueprint interface. So in my horror tutorial, I have them just here. And in here, I'm going to create a blueprint interface. I'm going to call it BPI underscore. Let's do scares. There we go. And the first one will be do scare like this. Now let me just check if I need to have any more than this. No, that should just be fine. So let's create a new actor. You can call this one BP underscore, let's see, moving scare, like this. And for this, I'm going to use just use a skeletal mesh, make it the root, and then set it to this guy here. Let's just leave him as not the scene root, because I think that's what the issue is. Let's put him in, and let's rotate him like that way. There we go. And if I just extend this ever so slightly, just so he's hidden away when we do. In here, we can either add the same we did here with the billboard, or we can have another actor. For this, I'm just going to use the billboard again, because why not? So this will be the move to location. And then let's see. So we have this move to location here, and I'm just going to move it to here, like this. So if I move this more over again, so we want him to go to this spot here. We want him to go here, and then he's going to vanish. So he's going to like zoot by. So what we could do here is we can add the interface, which would be BPI scare. And then on do scare, we're going to get the skeletal mesh, and then we're going to do I'm going to create a timeline, and this is move timeline. This is going to handle the character moving from one spot to the other. So depending how quick you want, so say you want like a sudden, like quick, we would set 1 second, add a float track. Right click and add 2 frames. First frame will be 0, 0. And the second frame will be 1 and 1. The 1 for the time is your length here. So let's name the track as well. That will be the smooth track. So what we're going to do on begin play, we're going to get the move to location. Oh no, we shouldn't need to do that, sorry, never mind. So event do scare, we're going to play, and we're going to get the skeletal mesh, And then we're going to say update set actor set location, set world location on the update. We're going to do a lerp vectors. The alpha will go into the move track. The lerp is going to be the get the skeletal mesh get world location like this. And that. And the move to one will be, the B will be the move to location. So get world location. And we can put that in there. So what we can do then, once this is finished, so once we've moved, if we want to then get rid of the actor, we can do an is valid, this one with a question mark, unfinished, and we can say self. So if we are still here, like exist, if we are, we can destroy the actor, like so. So what we can do now is on moving object, the scare actor, we can do scare, like so. So now if we try it, if we create a new zone, and I'm going to do it here, and the scare type will be a moving object. The scare actor will be the BP moving scare. Let's see what happens if we do this. If we go in, we didn't do anything. Why is that? Did I forget to hook this up at the here? No, wrong here. I did. So moving object, let's put that in there. And then let's see. So we come here. And then we have like a quick jump scare. What you can also do is when he moves, you can play a sound here. You can do some sort of weird effect. Let's see. Like that. Or if you wanted him to, so if we say, we grab him here and we move him there like that. What we could do is we could add another node. So let's do this to 3 seconds. So we would have him pop up at 1.5. And then we add another node, and that would be at 3 and 0. For this, you can highlight the 3 and press 1 to make it a smooth transition. So let's see. We grab him and we say move to location. And we say we want him to move to here. Let's see what happens now. He pops up, but he hasn't gone down. Why is that? Oh, it's because of this. So to do this, you would, on begin play, you would get the get world location, and you could promote this to a variable and say starting location. And instead of doing this, you could just put in the starting location. So now if we look, oh, there's an error. We need the skeletal mesh there. Let's see now if he comes up and then he goes down. There we go. So that's how we want it to be done. Then, so if we lower this to like a second, move that to 0.5. Oh, sorry. I think I've just undone most of that. 0.5 and then 1. If I go here, what's changed? this has changed, so put that back. And get the skeletal mesh. So let's see now. There we go. Pops up and goes down. So it goes up a little bit too high, so we can do like here. Let's see. Yeah, so you could have him or whatever you want to just like pop up quickly and then vanish. Oh, and then he would go back and delete. That's how you can do these moving scares, like moving an object around or having it do something. The next is a light effect. So if you want a light to blink, for example, the way we're going to do that is we can basically do the same. So we can do a, let's see, we could do a light scare. So we need a reference to the light actor, or because we might want to do multiple lights, we're going to actually make this a reference to, let's make this light like this, object reference. And we're going to make this an array. And we're going to expose on public and editable. So let's do this here in this spot. And we're going to add a light actor. We can add a point light here. Okay. And we can see the intensity is currently 8. So we add another one of these trigger spots, and we can set this to be a light effect. And we can add an array, and we can add that light. So whatever we do now, we're going to interact with this light. Let's move that away. We're going to interact with that light there. So we go back into here, and we can get the lights. And we can do a for each loop, and then we can start playing with the lights. Let's turn them off first. So the way we could do that is we could say we would get the array element and do get light component. Or actually, there we go, get light component. And we can set intensity, and then we can just set intensity to nothing. Let's try that one. So if we enter this one, we get the light, and why does nothing happen? Because I haven't hooked it up again. Make sure you hook these things up. So light scare. Like this. So we go in here and we turn the light off. Like that. What you can do then, if you don't want these to happen again, like if you just want the scare to happen once, you can do an is valid check on the actual trigger itself, like this, and then you can just destroy the actor. So what that'll do now is if I run in here, it will now delete the trigger, so the sound, it can never happen again. So what we can do with the light is we can set the intensity. We could set the color, set the light color. So we could change the light color to like red. You want to suddenly have the room turn red, like that. We could then have the light dim over time. So we could do a timeline. We can't do a timeline in a function, but we can do it out the function. So we could do like a timeline here, a light dim. And then we can just do, say, 2 seconds, same as before. 2 keyframes, 0 and 0. 2 and 2. and 1 and 1. There we go. We can press 1 on that to make it curvy. And the track we can call dim light. We basically then want to get we would create a new function, a custom event here. The reason to do this is because then I can get the light we're going to use. So we can add a variable and call light, and we can say light here. So on update, we're going to get the light component and get intensity, and we're going to set intensity, and we're going to do a alert, and we're going to alert from the current intensity to 0 with the alpha. Look the update up, and now in the light scale, where is it? Here, we can run the event, which would be dim light, like this. We can just put that into there like that. So let's try this. Let me save this. If I go up to this light, and then it should have dimmed. Oh, dim light. No, that should have worked. Let's see why it didn't work. Okay, I just quickly tested. It's because of this destroy actor here. So what we can do is we can wait until the light has been dimmed, and then we can destroy. So if we try now, we dim, and then we destroy. So that's another way of doing that. We can have the lights dim. So the next one is a character scare, which let me check what I mean by the character jump scare. So this is going to be like one where it's going to appear and it's going to force you to look at it and do something. So we can do that. We can use we can duplicate our moving scare and call it pp underscore jump scare, like this, and we can just get rid of all this and keep the do scare. So let's see. What we can do is, so the skeletal mesh, we can play animation. Animation. So this skeletal mesh has some not very exciting ones. It can walk forward. We do jump scare here. And let's hook this up. So scare actor is him. If we try this, we play. Oh, we faded that light out because we haven't changed this to character scare. There we go. So I just changed this, I swear. I changed the wrong one. Oh my god. Character scare. So let's go and did that, and he didn't do anything. So PP jump scare, and that is him. Let's just double check it's getting it. No, it didn't. Oh, once again, make sure you hook this up here. We want to create another one here, and it would be character jump scare. This one will just get the scare actor is valid. If it is, do scare. There we go. So let's see now. So he's still not doing anything. He's not playing the animation. And I've done it again. I forgot to put this up. I'm sorry about this. There we go. Oh, let's see. Now he does it. So it's not the best animation, but this is what we have for now. Right. So the jump scare character, when we do the scare, so what we can do now is when we go into this, or we trigger it, we're going to play the animation and we're going to force the player to look at the enemy, the horror. To do this, what we're going to do is we're going to get the player controller, like so. I'm going to get control rotation. Oh, all right. Get control. No, we don't need the control rotation, sorry. We're going to get actor location, like so. And then we are going to set control rotation. The new rotation is going to be fine to look at. The target will be get actor location for the jump scare character, like this. And the start location is going to be the player. So if we try this now, if I walk into this scare, if I'm facing the wrong way and I look, it will spin me around and look at the character. So like this, if you see. So we're going to be forced. So what we could do is we could do this first and then do a delay of like 0.5 and then play the animation like this. So we would be walking along, oh, we're looking, and then it plays the animation like so. If you then wanted the character to just appear, like appear in front of the player and then do this, what we could do is on begin play, like so, you could yes, get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. No, let's keep that. We'll add a new thing to here, a character jump scare. And then we will do, let's change sound location to target location, just so we can reuse it for this. So the character jump scare, I come to here, we can have another Boolean, I can't think the word. And we can spawn scare. This can be another one. And then along with this, we could do a spawn scare actor. And that could be an actor. And what we could do is if we just want the scare to trigger anything. If it's true, we're going to create, we're going to spawn actor. And we are going to change this from actor reference. We're going to make it a single, and it's going to be a actor. What is it? Actor class reference. Oh, actor class reference. There we go. So instead of just like spawning in front that can cause issues. I'm going to use the target location, and we're going to grab the target location and get world location like this. The transform, we're going to make a transform, and we're going to get for the rotation, we're going to get player character, and then we're going to find look at for the rotation, find look at rotation. The start, oh no, sorry, we're going to ignore that here, and we're going to do it here. We're going to set actor rotation. We're going to get the world location. World, get location, get actor location, and we're going to get the player character and get actor location. Find look at rotation. The start will be the get actor location of the NPC, and then the target will be the player character. I don't know why that's complaining, so let's refresh. There we go. So now let's try this. Let's see what happens once we hit here. There we go. So he's looking up, which is rather strange. Let's see why he's doing that. It might be because of this. So what we will do is we will split these two, and we only want the roll and yaw. Let's try those and see. There we go. So now he's looking at us, and what we can do is we want him to spawn a little bit further here, so like here. Now if we hit this trigger, there we go, and we're forced to look at him. So we go, oh, we look at him. What we can then do is, if you want him to then vanish once he's done an animation, you can do a delay. When it is valid, if he is valid of self, then destroy actor. So what he'll do is he will spawn in and then do his animation and die. We could probably get rid of that delay there. Not that delay, this delay here. If we try now, so there you go. You can have like a quick jump scare. Or if you need it to last longer, then you can extend this time. And like, right, so we have, let's check our list. We have an appearance scare, which is, I'm not sure what that one is. So I think I've included that in the character jump scare, so I can just get rid of that one from here. And there we go. So now we have like a system where we can do sounds that will be behind player or in the air. We can have objects that will move. We can have scare effects from lighting, and we have a jump scare that will spawn in and will force us to look at it. So if I'm looking this way, it will force me to look at the NPC. So you can expand on this. You can add more scare types. This is just a way of showing some of the different ones that you could do. I'm going to release another video at the same time this one should go out, which will recreate the Weeping Angels from Doctor Who. I was going to add it on this one, but this one is already long enough as it is. So I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. If you have any suggestions, do the same. If you want to support me, I have a buy me a coffee and a Patreon that I plan on uploading some project files to. So I hope you found this useful. Let's just go over again. So we have this type. We have sounds. I accidentally disabled this one. Oh, why is that complaining? Ah, that is complaining because of this this one. So if I come back to here, oh, that's that one, and then we have the light dimming. So you've got a few types. So like I said, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next video.